Welcome to Le Mans, the home of endurance racing, and this is what's back on the menu at Forza Motorsport this week. Endurance racing, so why not take the BMW V8 Hybrid out for a spin and don't do so well on the start line. As you can see, I am about to turn into a pinball, and that's the last place you want to be. We're behind this purple Pagani Warrior, and everybody else in front is actually leaving us behind. So we've had actually a pretty poor start now. You can see the GT3 class cars behind us. There was 3 levels to this race. You had these cars, Group 1, and GT3s, Group 3s. There was one person in a Group 2 car, but I don't think they stayed. Absolutely butchering that corner there, turning so early that I gained a 0.004 mile penalty, which I think is probably one of the lowest ones you can get, just about. That was definitely a poor corner entry. Now, there were many drivers in the GT3 class, and not that many in this Group 1, so I decided to join Group 1, see what this BMW can do, and clearly it's not a high-speed merchant, because I got absolutely railed by the Pagani Warrior, as well as everybody else leaving me standing. But there is method to this madness. The idea is not to be fastest in the straight line for once. I want to be quicker in the corners, and I want to be quicker in the corner entry, corner exit of the latter half of the track. And not only that, when the tires start to wear, I could do with that excess grip, because what we are running right now is hard tires. I want to get them as long as I can. Whether I can do a one-stop hop, we're going to soon find out. But I think that's where we're going to start clawing back time overall. You see Warrior BTW 3.5 seconds ahead. Not too sure what the purple machine up in front is doing, but yeah, they went into the wall. Not helpful, really not helpful. My gosh, and then they went into me. Yeah, the track really wasn't wide enough, is all I can say. That was really weird, and I definitely think it was more of a mistake, as they did back off there at that moment. So it happens, and I think they may well have control or wheel issues, just to the fact of how they hit the wall and then went into the side of me. I generally don't think it was a purposeful act. Although they again are quicker in a straight line and certainly better at braking than myself, still getting used to the car. It's been a while since I've been out in this beast, and I've made a few subtle changes just to have more longevity on the tires and a bit more lower speed control. So while I'm not exceeding in the top speed department, this is where this car is going to come to life in a moment and absolutely rail past everybody. I still need to get past everybody first, is all I can say. Brake for the section now, down in 4th gear. One has gone gravel castle building. Absolutely brutal. Warrior BTW, easy mistake to make there, carrying just a little bit too much speed, and there's no chance I'm going to brave going past Pagani up in front, because history has taught us they have controller issues. So coming up towards the pit entrance there, braking just as the orange comes in, and just getting caught up behind the purple machine up in front. You've got to remember though, this race is 1 hour long, so you don't win at lap 1, although Triennial up in front in position 1 is 6 seconds ahead, which is quite a lead, I'm not going to lie. But I do believe they might be on medium tyres from the way the race started in the intermission. So again, I am not sweating all that much, but I am keeping an eye on what's going on. And what I do know is I need to get past this purple machine up in front, because, come on mate, let's straighten you out. There we are, let's go together. I think they're having, oh my gosh, I'm watching what they're doing on the radar, and I just go gardening myself. And yeah, I did help him out and butchered myself. That's not helpful, Flash. Really not helpful whatsoever. What is helpful though is going 3 long down here. Give space, man. I am beside you. I know we're becoming really good friends, but you just don't need to be that close to me. I do like a bit of personal space. That car is quick though, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to back off for a moment and let things develop here, because them two are certainly going to be battling. Now, Purple Machine is going to be really quick in a straight line. There's no two ways about it. Where they suffer like anything right now, clearly, is in the cornering side of things, where BTW is catching up in the corners, just like myself. And with the slipstream on our side, they're going to slowly eke away, yes, but they're not going to be that quick. And you can see now, we are edging ever so slightly, but we're not losing the toe. And that is what is really crucial here, because we just need things to develop up in front. And they're developing, by the looks of it, certainly developing. Now we're going to overtake Pagani Warrior to our left now, and try and keep up with Warrior BTW up in front. We do have the inside line, but I think the Pagani is going to, there you go, make that move with contact, I might add, with contact, and just carried way too much speed into the braking zone. I'm braking out the way from them so they can rejoin the track, because, you know, nobody rejoins the track safely here, and give them space. What I'm hoping for is to lead them in a bit more of a false sense of security here, where I can carry a bit more speed into this corner up ahead, and they cannot. Might not work actually, because they've overtaken me already. I was hoping to last it out a little bit longer. Okay. This situation is not helping, because position 1 is now 10 seconds away, and where I can excel, I can't excel at the moment because I can't overtake this car. And Warrior BTW is starting to eke away as well. We've got to assert ourselves a little bit better than what we are at the moment. I think that's the right way of explaining what we need to do. Braking now and turning in. Perfect, actually. Just didn't even need to overtake. Just stayed on the track. And that is really crucial in racing. Warrior BTW did quit the race for some unusual reason. They were about 4 seconds ahead and decided, you know what, this race wasn't for them. And it does happen to the best of it. Either that or we had a connection issue. Now, looking at our tyres, 56% remaining on the rear, 60% odd remaining on the front. Oh, position 1 has gone into the pits. I am curious whether they were running medium tyres and the medium tyres have now ran out, because we did start reeling them in ever so slowly towards the end of this lap. The problem with these cars, although they are very grippy when they want to be grippy, when the tyres don't want to be grippy, they are certainly not in the grippy department. And it really is a struggle sometimes to keep these things pointing in the right direction. Thankfully, if all goes well, they were on medium tyres. It has noted to us that their strategy has to be next set either going to be another set of mediums or hards. And I would say it'd be kind of crazy to go into another set of mediums due to the amount of times you have to pit. You've got to understand, it takes about 40 seconds at this track to pit, and that is a substantial amount of time, especially when you consider that the speed difference between soft or medium to hard tires really isn't all that much. You know, at this track you could count 3 to 4 seconds a lap at the most, you know, but overall, I mean, we're 26 seconds ahead thanks to their pitting. We were reeling them in. Looking at our tires now, can they last another 10 minutes? I don't know. And if they did last, is the car going to be drivable? That is the really big next question. Would this car be drivable? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, do you think I'll be able to make it to the halfway mark before jumping onto another set of tires? It is going to be a tough call to make. But overall, our lap times has remained pretty consistent. You can see by the delta on the bottom right, we're flicking between the green and the red. That's always a good sign that our time is pretty much on the button. Oh, Trinio and Pagani is having a battle between each other. That's a good sign, because that will hopefully hold Trino back, and that will keep us in a safe location, because one of our tires has now clicked onto minor wear. We're on lap 7, 36 minutes of the race remaining, and the rear tyres are not far off clicking onto moderate wear, and this car is not easy to drive. I kind of wish I went into the pits already, because we're coming around this corner now. On the throttle a tad too early, trying to recover it, and into the wall. And not optimally either, because we're facing the wrong way at the moment, trying to get this car pointing right. We was 20 seconds ahead of Trinell. Where are we going to end up now? The time delta isn't moving. Not good. Rear tyre is now onto moderate wear, and that's what I mean by when the tyres start to fade, the cliff is unreal of how you fall off. Only 5.6 seconds away. I don't understand the time delta. Oh, now it's working out. It's got a job to do. We've lost approximately 10 seconds from that crash. That is way too much. My HUD flashing red saying, Flash, you're an idiot. Get in those pits. These tyres are goosed. It kind of would be nice that when you click onto minor and moderate wear that the fade is not so abrupt. But whilst we are in the pits, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which are Andy Good, Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, Crazy A, AK47 and Spectral Rain. Thank you guys ever so much for supporting the channel, and if you'd like to be part of this leaderboard, hit that join button down below and become a channel member yourself. Now, as you can see, I have picked another set of hard tyres. I've also filled my fuel tank, and I think that'll be all I need. I've got 3 laps remaining in this tank at the moment. There's 3 minutes of this stint left to go. So we count that as another lap. That'll be 2 laps in the tank remaining at the end of the race. Possibly. If the maths are right and I can keep my fuel consistency the same. You just heard Trinell go past us a few moments ago. There we are, 18 seconds ahead. Pagani behind is 71 seconds away. They have also pitted as well. They pitted 1 lap before ourselves. So they're definitely going to have to pit again. Warrior obviously quit. There was another Group 1 car in this race, and I don't know where they've gone. Whether they quit before the race started or changed groups. But there was more of us in this race. I think there was at least 5 or 6. Look at the time delta just going down now. It's like the game remembered it has a job to do. And it's taken us to coming down this straight now for it to realise, oh yeah, you know, a car is catching you up. Great thing I like about this track at night, it's lit up just about right. Where it's not in your face bright all the time, but the important parts of the track are quite obvious and quite well lit up, whilst keeping a bit of mystery about it with a bit of shadows here and there. Surprisingly enough though, we are really getting quite a hell of a time away from Pagani behind, 65.7 seconds behind us, rocking a 0.031 mile penalty. Thankfully we haven't gained any more on the penalty side of things, and Trinell is rocking a 0.74 mile penalty. Looking at it from the start of the race to where we are now though, we had an awful start to the race. Got absolutely pinballed at the beginning. I have no idea why this car was so not responsive at the start of the race. Cut the first quarter as well, turn 4 like onto the straight. Absolutely royally messed that up. Then we had an accident, and right now we're in position 2 as the sun is coming up. And this is what I say about endurance races. They are not the lap 1 winners. They're about being consistent, having the right strategy, and making it work together in unison. And the lights have turned off on the car. But it really goes to show, I mean, we're 12 seconds away from position 1 now. Wow, we found 8 seconds from somewhere. Holy crap. But yeah, it goes to show you can really start bringing it back in. Don't get me wrong, we did have 1 quitter. They, well, could still be in front of myself right now. They could also be behind us from an accident or different tyre strategies, choosing to pit more often or not. Who knows? But with 20 minutes of this race remaining, 11 seconds away from Trinell up in front, 74 seconds away from the car behind, and our tyres are still looking beautiful, and the sun is beautiful as well, lighting up this track just perfectly. And now, because there's so much light on the track, I can start pushing a little bit harder on these tyres and being a little bit more confident with this car. and hopefully make those 11 seconds drop further. Because again, I do think they may well be on hard tyres. They've lasted 20 minutes up to now, and they're still out. So I can only say they're definitely on hard tyres. Or absolutely destroyed medium tyres. It was one or the other. 11 point something seconds away. I can see them up in front of a GT3 car. Someone's knocked down that left-hand sign. And coming around this corner now, they didn't pit, but the GT3 car's up in front. So yep, I would say they're definitely on hard tyres. One thing I will also say that has benefited us right now, there's a car coming out of the pits here. That's alright. That the GT3 car up in front, oh no, they might hold us up actually. I'll take back what I said. I'm thinking they may well hold us up. I was hoping I wouldn't catch him up as quick as I did, and I'd overtake him on the straight, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Come on, buddy, get out the road. That's all right. As long as they don't mess up, we're in a good position. Oh dear, come on. Trying to look for a way through. Be fair, man, be fair. Let's go. Power on. Give a bit of space. Move over. Thank you. Absolutely beautiful. So I didn't make that car nervous, which is a great sign. And we didn't lose too much overall from them because we are still 9 seconds away from the car in front, which now has been reduced to 5.8 seconds away. We are really reeling them in, and I think their tyres are goosed. Now we're coming down this S section here, Porsche curves, and this car is absolutely beautiful with the right amount of downforce support on it. Look at how quick it's going through these corners and actually how stable it is. And I could actually do it faster. I'm being a bit reserved at the moment. Look at that. I bet that going over those curves there would have been a beautiful shot in the replay. Those tyres bouncing off those sausages, car just rocking. It would have been absolute masterpiece. And I'm talking about masterpiece. They've gone into the pits. They're going to have to go for medium tyres. There's no chance they're going to make those soft tyres last. And I think that is to our benefit there because we've caught them up. Now all we need to do and make sure is this lap here, we're going to send it. And we need to make that time count. We need to make sure that when they come out the pits and when I go into the pits, when I come out the other side, we are ahead of them because they are going to defend like anything. And we don't need that. We need to make sure we are ahead and just getting away from them overall. Now looking at what time they're going to get out of the pits, 28 seconds at the moment, 29. From around this corner now, look at that send, absolutely beautiful. 33 seconds they're out of the pits, 35 seconds they're making a bit of time, 7 tenths up this lap already, 36 seconds overall. Now we need to keep an eye on that time delta, 36 seconds to the out of the pits. We need to make them get to about 40 seconds when we enter the pits. Then we'll be 4 seconds ahead out the other side and clear from them. And that is going to be a big ask, but we need to make sure this lap stays beautiful. Come on, little BMW. Well, it's not little, it's a big V8 hybrid, but you know what I mean. You can do it, my friend. You can do it. And this thing revs to heaven. Look at that, 8,400 RPM before I have to change gear. It sounds beautiful. And it flies, absolutely shifts. I know, like I say, I'm running quite a bit of rear downforce and maximum front downforce, but it looks like the cars were getting away from me, but they really wasn't leeching away that quickly. And it shows that over a period of time that a little bit more grip does benefit you. Now we're 38.6 seconds away, so we gained 2 seconds. 38.7. Now that's what I say, the delta between medium and hard tyres isn't a lot. Especially when you come out the pits, the tyres aren't warm, they're a bit crap. You've got to get them going. We're 1.4 seconds up this lap alone. And do you know, it's an absolute shame because I reckon we could have set a 138-ish on hard tyres, but we'll have to go into the pits and put a set of softs on, really. But I really don't think I want to last 12 minutes on minor wear, moderate wear, and probably be on severe wear by the time we get into 5 minutes left of the race. And it's not a chance I really want to take. 39 seconds away behind us. Pagani is 93 seconds away. They haven't pitted yet, surprisingly. Their tyres must be awful because they pitted before us. Yeah, I would not like to be driving that car, is all I can say. 39.6 seconds away, so we're still faster than them, and they're on a better tyre compound, and that is what matters. We need to make every second, every millimetre count. Kind of being a little bit reserved through the Porsche curves here, just due to the fact of, yeah, the incident we had at night, where this car was a little bit mischievous. But coming through the section now, I reckon that would have been absolutely beautiful on a replay camera, coming through there. Absolute sending it. I'm going to send it right into the pits as well at 180 miles per hour. In we go. There we are. The way the brakes on this car work are absolutely astounding. But I am going to put some fuel in this car. We have 10 minutes of the race to go. That's going to be about 3 laps of fuel. And I don't trust the fuel gauge in this car. Or actually any car. So I'm going to go for a soft set of tyres, put a little bit of fuel, estimated 4 laps. That is what we need. We have 3 laps remaining, and we're going to make it 4 laps. I'd rather have a little bit left in the tank. It won't be the first time I've completed an endurance race. Well, technically I didn't complete it. I ran out of fuel. But yeah, you get where I'm going with that. And actually, look at that, 7.786. It cost us what? A 0.07 of a tenth. Negligible. Absolutely negligible. Right, where are we coming out? Come on. 29 seconds. The GT3 cars are behind me. Come on. Let's get out of here. Where is the red dot? I can see it. I see it on the map. They are now coming into that corner. Let's get out of here. Thankfully, look at that. 5.7 seconds ahead. We gained 5 seconds on that one lap alone compared to them. We are now on the soft tyre compound, and we can absolutely nail it. Look at that for that corner there alone. Confidence to the mountains and flying down this back section. Beautiful car, beautiful choice, beautiful track, and we are just flying. I'm absolutely loving it. It's so nice to have the endurance races in back. I really, really enjoy it. And, oh, Pagani has gone into the pits. Look at that, 98 seconds away. 10 minutes remaining. They lasted it out to go to the soft tyres. My gosh. Those tyres must have been absolutely dreadful to drive on. Oh, dear me. It would have been nice if Warrior BTW stayed in the race, though. It really would have. It would have added another layer to what is going on. But it is what it is. Oh wow, I didn't realise Trino has a 0.109 mile penalty. So they have been collecting. And be careful coming out of here. A bit unsteady there, a little bit too confident. There is like a little bump there where the car quivers. And it's really not a great time to get onto the power when that car's having that moment. So just be mindful of that. We are 7 seconds ahead of them though. We are 7 seconds ahead of P2. I do wonder though what the next lap time is going to set. We have 8 minutes of this race remaining. We have done 14 laps in total, and actually 115 miles in total distance driven. It's absolutely insane. Do you know what would be cool though? I know it's kind of weird, but in this game we'll have mechanical failures for endurance racing. And be realistic, of course. You know, not just, oh, engine's blown up, unlucky, you know, and it wrecks your race. But stuff like where you really heavily overdrive the car and you can damage components by just being too aggressive, like you can in a real car. I know that's an extreme level of realism, but I don't know. Kind of nerdy for it. I don't know. We are now coming up to the end of lap 14, coming through the curves here. Beautiful. Look how quick this car goes. And there's plenty more to give. I'm just not giving it. Look at that. Into 5th gear now, nailing it around this corner, back down to 4th, holding it tight to the curb on the right side. I'm going to cut it over to the left, just ride those sausages. Could have probably done 1 or 2 miles per hour more, used a little bit more of the track width. But it goes to show really how glued down this car really is. Braking for this section here can be really easy to mess up, especially this penalty corner, I'm calling it, because that corner there is awful. Absolutely brutal. Look at that, we're getting another second in the car behind. I want to see where this lap time is going to take us, really, providing we don't have a crash. That is another thing I will mention. We are one crash away from losing first place, and a little bit sketchy through that section there. We are generally one crash away from losing this race, because that crash at night cost us 10 seconds, and the car behind is only 10 seconds away. Just bear that one in mind. Nothing like adding a bit of tension, and I reckon this lap is definitely gone in the toilet. We need the next one. Thinking about it, actually, we aren't going to be able to set a best lap time on the next lap, because we only have 3 minutes 51 of this race remaining, and averagely it's taken 3:40 to do a lap, and we're not finished or anywhere near finishing this lap. We're about a minute away at the moment. So this lap is going to be the lap that matters the most. It's all I can say. Besides our little hiccups here and there, we have actually clawed it back in on the latter part of this track, and goes to show 4 seconds up already. Well, it's not already, towards the end. 4 seconds up towards the end. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. And we're 14 seconds away from trying all behind. So yeah. What we're going to set now, we're 1:35.478. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant lap time. Love it. Final lap now though, 2 minutes 54. We're not going to complete this lap. 17 seconds ahead of the car behind, 117 seconds ahead of position 3. Haven't actually seen many GT3 cars, so although there was loads to start the race, I think everybody left. And that's the depressing thing about it, really, is I was tempted to join the GT3 group, but then they're so finicky. It's everybody quits so early, and that's why I like the Group 1 cars, because although there wasn't all that many to start with, only one person's left overall. I mean, Pagani behind in position 3 is 120 seconds away. That's 2 minutes down. Granted, it's over an hour, and actually, if you look at the real world Le Mans, 2 minutes down is quite small compared to what some of the cars have been down as. And they haven't even had failures, but 2 minutes away, it's not bad. And they could have quit. They could have quit, but nope. I got to give credit where credit's due. They have stayed in this race. This is where I eat my own foot now, and they quit literally like within 30 seconds of this race remaining. But no, you see where I'm coming from. Like, it really is the case of that, and that's why I find Group 1 drivers seem to be a little more patient, a little bit more forgiving overall. And it also shows when you're a Group 3 driver and you're holding up a Group 1 driver, very rarely have been rammed or used out of the way. They have been rather patient and considerate. It's a great way forward. You know, I've got a great video of the endurance race at Brands Hatch, and I was in one of the, I think it might have been in this car actually, and it was absolutely the same race. But I've also got the same on the other side where I've been in a GT3, and I'm getting lapped by hypercars, and they are waiting ever so patiently. And as soon as I make my move to indicate I'm staying to the one part of the track, they've gone past me. Beautifully done. And I'm talking about beautifully planned out is this tyre strategy. The near side or left hand rear tyre has now just clicked onto minor wear. 30 seconds remaining of this race, and the tyres have just clicked onto minor wear. Could not plan that out any better than what we just have. 20 seconds ahead of Trino behind, 126 seconds ahead of Garni, finishing this race off in position 1. 10 seconds left though, anything could go wrong. No, but even if it did go wrong, it's not going to catch up. It's just beautiful, and what a race it was. I'm ever so happy that endurance racing is back on the menu. Okay, yeah, so one quit. There's 1, 2, 3. So it was 3 racing GT3s overall, 3 quit. There was way more in the lobby to start with. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.